My baby girl is gonna be a medical doctor.
Fatemeh, I want to thank you for taking the time to come here this morning.
Anytime, I'll be there for you. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Right. Listen, where were you born?
Tehran?
Tehran.
Yes.
Okay. Did you grow up there your whole life? I mean, all your adolescent life?
Yes.
You did?
I was brought up in Tehran.
Okay. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I have 5.
Okay.
One elder sister.
Yes.
3 elder brothers. And 1 younger sister. I'm the 5th one.
You're the 5th one?
Yes.
All right. So tell me, how many years between you and the oldest? The oldest is the girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Age gap is a kind of like too much. The story is interesting, you know. Mom and dad were deciding to have those 4 only.
Okay. The first 4, because you're number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were happy like that. Suddenly, a miracle happened, and I was there in mommy's tummy. They didn't actually want me at the beginning because it was like 10 years after the youngest brother. I mean, youngest brother, I mean, he's older than me, but like the 3rd brother.
Right.
But mommy had a dream that, hey, this kid would be a miracle. And she's a gift from God.
How many years had the last child been born before you?
10 years.
Between you and the person ahead of you?
Yes. Yes. Oh. That's why I'm saying that.
Right.
So they were good with those 4.
Right.
And they were not planning for any other kid.
Right.
And, but you know, like those ages, those time in Iran, having so many kids was so common. But anyway, they were good with that and they didn't want any more. But this happened and they decided to keep me.
Okay.
I got born and they always were like having this attitude. They were acting like as, okay, this is a special one. And I was always like feeling that. I was feeling, oh, I'm special. I'm a gift from God. And I think, Mr. Lee, whatever I have now is from that feeling only. Because it made me feel special from the beginning. And, you know, it doesn't mean that I was feeling, oh, I'm so distinguished too. I'm like different from others. It was giving me confidence to do everything better, to try my best, but at the same time, to be helpful, to help others. I was a kid, but like I was taking responsibilities and I had this like bliss that all my brothers and sisters were older than me. They were so kind to me. They were taking care of me. So it was love, care, and everything without any jealousy because, you know, like when the kids are at the same age, they might have these things like for each other. This is natural, I believe. But for me, it was different. And like the atmosphere, the environment, everything was so good. So I spent a happy childhood.
Don't you have one child? One of your siblings is below you.
Yes. And the interesting thing is that everyone actually says that, okay, so you got born accidentally, but what then what about the last one? I don't know, like after me, the feeling might changed. I mean, everything changed and the latest girl got born as well.
How many years difference between
6.
you and them? So they waited another 6 years. Do you know how old your mother was when she had you?
She was 30-something.
30-something at that time?
Yeah.
Okay, so she started when she was really young anyway, but that's
She was
normal.
14 when she got married and had like, yeah.
How old was your father? How many years between your mother and father?
My father was 16 years older than my mom.
Oh, 16 years older than your mom. Okay. He was 30 when he
30
married her.
something,
Right.
I believe.
But that's not
yeah.
that's not uncommon in Iran, is it?
No, no.
For girls, what's the youngest a girl can get married? 12?
In Islam, 9. Nowadays, it's a kind of prohibited from the society to do that.
Right.
Because
It's too young.
Yeah, too young.
So, but 14 still okay?
That time was okay. Now, even in some villages,
Right.
yeah, girls in 14 get married.
Still get married.
Yeah, but not in big towns, big cities.
What's
Not
the youngest?
anymore.
What's the youngest now? What's the average?
In Tehran,
Yeah.
in Tehran, at least you must graduate from high school, which
So
is
you'd be
18.
18.
At least.
People, you mean, they don't have to, but that's accepted. People feel
Yes.
that's okay.
You know, I think I'm not talking about the rules and regulation. I'm talking about custom.
Custom,
Yeah, what
right.
people
will feel.
society
Your neighbor's
feel.
going to think,
exactly.
yeah. They're going to say, wait just a minute. She's only 16.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 16, 14, for me, I'm in my 40s and I'm not married yet, you know? So we have these kind of girls now as well. But like in those
But before
times,
you didn't. You didn't so much. Before, girls got married.
Yeah.
If they didn't get married, what happened?
You didn't, I mean, there
Was there
was
anything?
not such a thing that you don't get married because like,
Every girl got married.
during those, you know,
Wait, so a guy could have more than one wife?
in Islam, yeah, they do.
Okay, so they did, okay.
Yeah,
So the
yeah,
wealthier
and,
ones, the
like,
wealthier guys had
my
money.
grandfather had 2 wives.
Okay.
Yeah. But after my grandfather, like my own father, my uncles, I've never seen like any of them have 2.
More than one. Was your family very religious?
No.
They weren't religious at all?
No. I cannot say not at all because like the story I just told you, a little bit religious, but not making restrictions, you know?
Okay. They weren't strict.
But the whole, the whole society, they had like their own beliefs, you know? Sometimes I feel religion is a part of culture. For example, having this scarves on head, which they say like Muslims should do because
Did you
of
grow up
religion.
like that?
No. In the society, I'm going to tell you, there's so many things I think you don't know about.
Yeah, most
But-
people don't.
Yeah,
in the Western
so
world
many
wouldn't
people
know.
don't.
Right.
I let you know.
Okay.
But you know, okay, so in Iran, in the society, you have to wear scarves because it's a rule.
So you did. So when you grew up, you had to wear a scarf whenever you went outside of home.
Outside, yes,
At home.
that's good.
One thing I need to ask too: are mom and dad okay now?
Of course. Mom is fine, but dad passed away
Okay. How long ago did he pass away?
19 years ago.
19 years ago. They
Yeah.
stayed together the whole time.
Yes,
that's
they were so in love.
How are your brothers and sisters? Are they all okay?
All good, yeah. Elder brothers and my elder sister are in Iran, and younger sister is in Canada, Vancouver.
Okay. She's the only one outside of you that's outside of Iran.
Yes,
Okay.
2 of us.
She's under you.
Yeah, she is
So the
6
thing
years
is,
young.
your older brothers and sisters, you had how many brothers?
3,
3 brothers and
1
one
older
sister. Oh, okay, so no, we have one older sister. The oldest was a girl.
Yes, 1 older sister and 3 older brothers.
3 older
That makes it
brothers,
4.
right? Right.
Yeah.
So there were 3 girls and 3 boys.
Yes, 3 girls and 3
3
boys
boys,
all
okay.
together.
Oh, so they really took care of you when you were young because they were so much older.
Yes, they were taking care of me, and I mean, I was telling stories to everyone. I was trying to communicate with people. You know, sometimes neighbors, when they had guests, were coming to my mom. Can we ask for Fatemeh and take her to our home? We have some guests. We want her to
Really? Wait,
tell
wait.
them some stories.
At what age? At what age?
I was like 4 or 5.
And you just love people that way. You're that kind of
I
person?
love people.
Okay.
I love people. And I think like emotions, feelings are a kind of 2-sided things, you know? And yeah, I was so loved.
When did you start to speak English?
English.
Is that taught in school?
in school, but in guidance school.
What's guidance school?
We have elementary school from first grade to fifth.
Okay.
Now it has changed a little bit,
Right.
but when I was studying, 5 grades in elementary school, 3 in guidance or junior
School,
junior
right?
school, and then after that 4 years in high school.
Okay, but you call middle school, what we call junior school, guidance.
Guidance, yeah, we were saying the guidance school. One more interesting thing is that, like in Iran, girls' school and boys' school are separated.
Always.
Always.
There's no co-ed.
No, till the university.
So all throughout all of your elementary up into high school, it's separated?
Yes.
Even now?
Even now.
Okay. Do you wear uniforms or can you dress the way you want
Some
to?
schools had uniforms, some not.
Okay.
Mine, elementary, we didn't have like special uniforms, but in junior school and high school we had.
Right.
Some were so strict, some not that much.
But in school you have to wear the head wrap, right?
Yes.
And there's no real restrictions as far as clothing for the boys.
Actually, for them, they also had something like short sleeve. They were not allowed to shorts. They were not allowed to, and in some part they had to shave their head.
All their hair had to come off.
Yes.
Okay. What if they were getting hair on their face?
Of course, no, they didn't have to.
In high school, they could leave that on.
Yeah, they could have it.
Okay.
They could because it was good to have it.
Right.
You know,
right, yes.
You'll become more religious if you have it.
Right.
Yeah, but because Iran is like Islamic Republic of Iran, and the country is governed by religious people. So everything is based on religion.
Right. Because we used to see on the West, I remember when they first started talking about Iran, we would see they had the religious people would go around monitoring people. And if they saw somebody who wasn't dressed right or whatever, they would let them know.
Yeah.
They still do that?
Yes. They still do that.
What is the worry? I mean, what's the concern? What do you think about?
So we have something in Islam. They say, Amr bil ma'ruf, nahy az munkar. I mean, when you are a good person, then you have to persuade people for doing good things and avoiding them from doing bad things.
Right.
And so when they see someone is not like taking proper hijab, so it's their duty. They think like that. So they have to
they have to let you
they
know.
have to let them know. They have to help them to go to the heaven.
Right. Oh, I see.
I mean, long back they were wearing long black chador,
Yes.
we were calling, and then by time it changed.
Right.
Now in Iran, girls are not accepting to do that.
Right.
And it has changed to a revolution.
Because also they said, I also know if you go to the Middle East, like to Saudi Arabia and those areas, girls weren't allowed to dress certain ways at the beach.
Saudi Arabia changed these days.
They
Yeah,
couldn't wear bikinis,
also,
but now they can.
Now they can, yeah. In Iran, no, not in public.
You can't wear a bikini.
No, we cannot.
Even now.
Even now.
Okay.
Not at the beach, but of course, yes, in the pools. We can because it's separated.
If you're in your private pool, no problem.
Yes. But something about Iran is that, okay, Iran changed to Muslim country from 1979.
I know that.
We were not.
That's right.
We were Muslims, but
you were the most liberal section in that
yes,
area. I know
when
that.
Pahlavi
Yes. That's right.
was there, we had this kingdom of Pahlavi. We were free. Everything was there. Of course, people had their own religion, but it was their choice.
Right.
They could have choose that. If they want to do that, if they want to be strict, if they don't want to, it was their own choice. But after the revolution, it changed to be a rule, which made people starting hating that.
Really?
Now, I know so many people who don't like to say that they're Muslims. And that makes Iran, I mean, so many people think we are Arabs. Persians are Zoroastrians. Arabs invaded and like they changed and so many things happened. But like we are so proud of our like those Zoroastrian or Persian culture.
Right.
We are not Arabs. So I respect Arabs. I have no problem with them. I have so many Arab friends. But what happened makes people to feel a little bit bad about that, you know?
I think that the world, like I said, the victor is the one that gets to write the rules and say whatever they want.
Exactly.
I think this time is such a beautiful time because we're getting so much information so
Yes,
easily.
that's correct.
And it's harder to trick us. But we did have COVID.
Oh my God, yeah, COVID.
That was interesting, wasn't it?
I mean, the best thing COVID gave us or taught us was like online meetings. We got to know we can do many things online.
You don't have to go in the office every day, right?
Exactly.
I think that was very good.
That was like the best thing. Yeah.
So growing up, when you were in elementary school, what kind of child were you? Were you more academic or were you more sports? Well, I know you were a storyteller because they took you from 4 years old.
Yeah, we have so back and forth
Right,
there.
right. But that's
Both.
okay. You were
I
really
was-
sports-minded too?
I was like, I mean, I was so cheerful and yeah, I was in our like swim team.
So you started swimming really young?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was a good swimmer. Now I'm not, but yeah, I used to be a very good swimmer, and I was always one of like top 3 students at school
Academically.
academically.
Did
yeah.
you have any favorite subjects that you liked as you went through
I
school?
can say like literature.
You really liked them?
I liked foreign languages a lot, and science, mathematics, all of them in in elementary school and junior school, but in high school, to be honest, a little bit like downgraded because I became a little bit nutty. I used to teach these like subjects to the like family kids who were not good.
In the community?
Yes.
Really?
They were asking me, I mean, my cousins, our neighbors, so the kids who were not that much good, and they were asking me to like teach them
Did you enjoy it?
very much.
So you
Very
had
much.
had a classroom at home kind of thing?
Not a classroom, it was a kind of like private.
Private, right?
Yeah, like 1 or 2, but I was really enjoying and loving that.
What age were you doing that? From what age?
Not elementary, but in junior school,
In
I
junior
started.
Okay.
Yeah, that, and you know, we have to study, I mean, we have this like religion subjects, we have Arabic, we start studying that from junior school. Religion, like from elementary school, because we have to be able to understand like religion. It's the Islam, and then Arabic we study because we need that to study the religion because Quran
Is in
is
Arabic.
written in Arabic.
Right, exactly.
And then, yeah, after Arabic, in the first like grade of junior school, in the second we started studying English. But at the same time, you know, those days, parents were sending their kids to English schools because they were thinking it's good to do that. And I was one of the kids who were commuting these English schools. I mean, like in a class who were like about 25 to 30 kids, there were 4 or 5 kids whom were like attending these schools, and I was one of them. It was difficult, you know,
I can
because
imagine.
yeah, 3 hours in a week I had to go there after the school. I was tired. I didn't want to go. You know, the place I was going was so far from home.
How long did
because
it take you to get there?
I was going by bus. Brother was coming to pick me up after the class. He was finishing the work and he was coming to pick me up. By bus, it was taking me more than 1 hour to reach there. It was far, and the reason I was commuting there because it was one of the best English schools in town. It's one
What
the
kind of
best
work did your father do?
My father, he had a sock manufacturing company. It's
That's
interesting, right?
yes.
Yeah, and
You mean just all types of socks?
yeah, he
Okay.
was owning one of them, and in summer vacation, I was a very daddy girl. And sometimes I was going with him. And like, I was talking to the staff, I was telling them what to do. And they were so kind to me. I still remember like those days. It was so fun. I was enjoying like to go with him, feeling that I'm doing something, you know, I'm important. I can do, you know, so many things I can do. And I really enjoyed those days. I was like kind of kid that, wanted to communicate, wanted to go out, wanted to do something. I wanted to be useful. I wanted to be effective. So after like studying English and graduating from high school, I decided to teach in English school.
You didn't go straight to college?
I wanted to go to the college.
But I know, but from high school, you just started teaching? You started teaching
I did,
English?
Yeah.
So did you
for
have
1 year.
For 1 year, and then you went to college?
Yes, I went to the university.
And then university in Iran?
Yes.
And what did you study?
Japanese literature and Japanese translation and literature.
What made you decide to go into Japanese?
Again, it has a story, Mr. Lee.
Yes.
You know?
One more thing. Had you ever traveled outside of Iran at that time?
Before
then?
Japan?
No, before you were in college.
Yeah, to like some countries around. Turkey, Syria with the family only, right? For vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
To visit relatives.
No. Okay. We went for vacation.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a trip like to some countries. Just like that. But, you know, I grew up in a situation which we had like Iran-Iraq war. And
how old were you at that time?
It lasted for 8 years.
I know, but how old were you then?
It started from when I was 3-4-year-old.
Okay. Do you remember any of it?
I do.
What do you remember? What parts?
The thing I remember is that we had this red alert and white alert. When we had this red alert, they were saying hide.
Right.
From like radio, TV. I still remember like there were some straps on the windows. So if they're bombarding the places, don't let them like to break.
Right.
And then we were trying, whenever we were hearing that voice, that sound, we were trying to hide somewhere.
Right.
And after they're saying, okay, it's white, the Iraqi planes are not there anymore, we were like feeling relieved. Okay, they're gone. We were in Tehran. We were not affected that much, but so many people in the southern part area, so many people got killed. And like, I don't want to talk about it because, yeah, it is a very sad story. What happened, which Iran at least didn't want to, but I mean, they had to. I mean, we had to defend the country. So yeah, so we had only like 2 channels in the TV, and I was about maybe like 8-9-year-old. Oshin, I don't know if you know what, it's a drama, a Japanese drama, was like broadcasted in those times, and all of us were so in love with that. Actually, it's a sad story about a girl who tries a lot, and okay, I can say like one of the first to say like foreign movies or dramas.
Okay.
So we were so in that. I still remember
Japanese, right?
Japanese, yes. But it was like in Persian.
Right. Okay, dubbed in Persian. Right?
Yeah, and every Saturday, 9 o'clock at night, everyone was at home watching this Oshin. And I mean, from those ages, so most of the people were so affected by Japan. At the same time, it was like bubble. Here, so many Iranian came to Japan.
1980s, right?
Yes, that's
I
correct.
remember, but yes, and yes.
Yeah, after
that's
the
right, I forgot.
revolution and when the war started, so many
Well, they
like,
came here, and a lot of them stayed, but they came here at that time, and it was unfortunate because it's always the ones that don't do the things right that make it tints everybody else.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they started coming in Japan, I was here because I came in '74, and Harajuku used to have it so that one whole section
Yes.
by the stadium would open and people would dance. But then what happened was the Iranians started coming, and not the nice guys would
Yeah.
get on the park side, and they just weren't doing proper things. And because they weren't doing proper things, Japan decided to and just took everybody out. Now
Of course, like there were like some people who really tried.
the ones that did well are still here.
But
the ones that still
yeah,
here, and
like at the
the ones
same
that didn't live in
time.
Tokyo, because not everybody came to Tokyo. Some
Yeah.
worked out in the other areas because Japan at that time didn't have the masons and people that knew how to do construction well, but Iranians were very good. They came over and could do it and were willing to
Yeah.
do it. So Japanese brought them all over. But it was just sad when they had to
Yeah,
send out the ones.
some of them, even for the first time I came to Japan, I could feel that because
year
when I
was
was
it?
saying
Oh, you could tell that.
2001.
Oh, yeah, you could feel what had happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
once they told you.
So yeah, I was one of the people who liked Japanese, but I was never thinking of coming to Japan. In Iran, my generation, we were thinking that, okay, like to be successful, you have to be a doctor. I mean, they're so focused on education. Still, they are in Iran. They think that you are successful if you like go to the university, if you are educated, if you study. And then like we had this thing, this subject at the school. I think everywhere is that like being educated is better or being wealthy is better. Being like rich is better. And we were writing like things like, okay, which one is better? To have money or like wisdom? Which one is better? Always this was like one of the subjects we were talking about. But still, it was so important to go to the university and study and be educated. And I was told like, this doctor, I mean, if I just translate it to English, my dad was calling me like that. My baby girl is gonna be a medical doctor, It was his dream. And so, little by little, it was here in my mind that I have to become a doctor to be successful. And for the first year, after I graduated high school, entrance exam of your university is just a nightmare in Iran. Still it is, because especially those days, there were not so many universities, but so many
Applicants.
Yeah, so
Yes.
many applicants. And of course, I applied for this medical, the physician. And I couldn't pass. I think it was like something low level of like this physician things in one of the small cities in south of Iran, which my dad said, are you really planning to go? I said, no, I try one more year. So I had like consulted with so many people, with like the professors, teachers, and I don't know why. I told you I liked foreign languages, so I knew Arabic, English. I thought, why shouldn't I go for a foreign language? And I started studying like more about literature and all these things, commuting some supplementary classes. And then for the second year, and like among this, during this 1 year, I was teaching English. And I was feeling so good, I was like about 18-year-old. I had my own income, though it was very, very little. And it was again like somewhere far. My dad was saying, commuting fee doesn't come out of this, but you like it, right? And I said, I'm enjoying that. So I love doing this because I was earning money, which made me like feel I'm on my own feet. It was really like commuting fee. But I was teaching, which made me like feel I am telling something to some people who don't know that. I'm useful, I'm helpful, I'm effective. So during that 1 year, I studied again for the entrance exam. I got ready for that. And this time I met a professor who told me about like Japan. And he said that he had some students who got in Tehran University in Japanese translation and literature major. And they're so happy with that. And he took my mind there. I was never thinking of that. I had this in my mind that Oshin, Japan, samurai, technology. But studying Japanese? No. But I thought, why not? When I'm going to choose, I'm going to choose Japanese, one of the majors. So my first choice was French because I knew English already. Second was German, and then Japanese. I got accepted for Japanese. And it was, Tehran University. I got accepted for French in the private university. In Tehran, Tehran University is a national university. You don't need to pay tuition and all these things. And of course, the credit, it's so high. But private universities, you have to pay. And then it's not that much, good as private university. So I decided to choose Japanese. And oh my God, you don't believe me. A new world just opened to me.
When did you feel that? When did you feel that? Wow, this is really, I had not expected any of this. When did that happen?
They started teaching us from A, I, U, E, O. It's a new language. It's a new world. And even if you have any knowledge or not, it doesn't matter because you start from the basic. So every day we were going to the university. It was a new, world for me because it was the first time we were having classes with the boys. Till then we didn't. Though, let me tell you here that in Iran, some strict families, they don't let their kids to communicate with boys in the family as well. With relatives or neighbors.
Only relatives and neighbors?
No, even.
You can't, wait.
You have to wear scarves in front of the cousins, in front of the
but not
neighbors.
But not your brothers.
No, brothers are. Brother, father,
If they live in the same house, no problem. It's just the people that aren't.
Yeah.
Right,
yes.
So cousins must be like that.
But in my case, they were so open. We had this, and we were going to so many relatives' houses. They were coming to our houses. We had to our house. We had parties, and this was not there for me. Still, when I went to the university, it was new for me. Everything was new, The place is new, and the language is new. We had Japanese teachers there, and starting from the basic, you don't need to worry about anything. Just if you focus on what you're doing now, you will be one of the best.
But because it's a national university, Tehran University, you have to wear the hijab.
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay.
Everywhere. Either it's national or private.
Private,
you
no,
have
same
to.
thing. Okay, yes,
yeah.
okay.
Outside the house, you have to.
I understand.
Inside the house, it depends on the family.
Right.
And we were not, we didn't have so many restrictions at home because they were open, thanks God, having them. I'm so blessed to get born in that family. So, in the university, they told us if you have good marks, good scores, you can get this test of the embassy, Japan embassy, on the third year. And if you can pass the exam, you get the scholarship for 1 year as an exchange student. You can go to Japan, you can study, and like blah, blah, all those things. I thought that's good, but again, I never thought of coming because I was so in love with the family. I've never been apart from them, far from them, and I didn't want to do that. I mean, I didn't want to give a risk, to do that, so I never thought of that. But the thing happened in like Japanese, we didn't have students 1 year ahead of us because Japanese section had not accepted students 1 year before us.
Okay.
So like our seniors, they were 1 year ahead. So usually this exam is for the students who are in the 3rd grade. But there was no one, so they asked us to do it when we were on the 2nd. And it was a chance, Then I had a friend, and he told me, why don't you give it a try? It's a good chance. You can go there, Being far away from the family doesn't matter. It's only 1 year. And I think it's good if you do that. I thought, okay, why not? I give the test. Let's do that. I gave the test, and I was one of the... I don't know if I have to say I was lucky or what, but yeah, I was approved. And I was thinking, should I go? And then I thought, okay, why not? Let me give this a try. Of course.
Where'd they send you? Yes.
Tsukuba.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Actually, they sent me, I had to choose. And I chose Tsukuba University is one of the best universities in Japan. But Mr. Lee, 2001, Tsukuba, it's a kind of like suburb,
I know,
right?
yes.
When it was like 5 o'clock, everywhere was dark, closed, and in the first 1 month, I was like crying. I could not eat because I did not like any Japanese food. They were like smelling like fish for me. Even like the ocha. Green tea was smelling like fish, and I was missing mom and dad and the whole family so much. But there were like some Iranian, which I could meet them. We got good friends.
So a couple of people came to Tsukuba with you?
They were there. They were studying there.
How many?
At the time, there were 3. One was with the family, so which made a Iranian family.
Yes.
And 2, they were like me, mixed scholarship students, but not exchange students.
Where did you guys stay? Did you stay with families or stay in the dorm?
No, they were staying in a dormitory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were they girls or boys?
One of them with family was a man.
Yes.
With his wife and 1 kid. The other 2, one was a girl and the other one was a boy. So I got friends with the wife and the other girl, which was the same age as me. I could spend quality time with them. I really enjoyed, but you don't believe me. Every night I was hitting the bed. I was dreaming of a day which I meet my mom and dad again in Iran. And you don't believe me, when I was coming to Japan 2021, about 20 people came to the airport to just say goodbye to me.
You were what, 19?
I was 21.
21, okay.
Yeah, I was 21 because it took me 1 year to get to the university, and after the second year, for the 3rd year, I came to Japan. And that 1 year, it made me improve a lot. I couldn't speak that much Japanese because I've studied 2 years only in Iran, and it was like okay, we were going to the university every day, but still. So,
were you being taught by a Japanese person or someone who just knew Japanese?
In Iran, we had both Japanese
and
teachers and Iranian teachers.
Iranian teachers,
yes.
okay.
I loved Japan so much. I was so influenced with the culture, with the language, and everything
After that 1 year.
after that 1 year. Of course, like during those 2 years when I was studying Japanese, we were studying Japanese history, geography, culture, everything about Japan besides, everything because it was, okay, Japanese translation and literature, but so many about like Japan.
Was it anything like you had imagined? Because you had imagined, I'm sure you had thoughts of what you thought it was going to be like. After you got here, did you think it was similar to what you thought, or was it completely different than what you thought?
I was thinking Japan is samurai's country. If I like come to Japan, I can see samurais there because I had seen Oshin and all those things. And one more thing I was thinking about Japan was technology. I was thinking whenever you go, doors open for you. But I went to Tsukuba. Tsukuba, and that dormitory I was living in was very old, not looking like Japan at all.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had to make food myself. Of course, for lunch I was eating in
the cafeteria.
Cafeteria, university. But at nights, I had to make, and it was my first time, I'd never done it, and I had like so many sukikirai, they say in Japanese. I like this thing, I don't like that thing, and mom, was coping with that the whole time. She was taking care of me, but now it's me only, and I have to take care of myself. But in 1 month, I could like cope with everything. I love Japanese food.
I bet so.
In the first month, I lost 3 kilos.
I think so, yeah. After you starve yourself, then all of a sudden stuff starts tasting good. You start saying, wait, I gotta eat.
After that, in 11 months, I put on 8-9 kilos.
What did you like the most? What did you like the most?
Yakiniku is my favorite. I love sushi without wasabi, of course. But at the beginning, I started with tempura. But after that, oh my God, yakiniku. I cannot tell you how much I love that.
How long have you been in Japan now?
Now, after that, I went back home. I graduated. Then I was doing like so many things. I was teaching at the university. I was volunteering in like Iran-Japan Friendship Association. I was a member of the board there, and I was chairman of like cultural committee there. Then they were saying that we will like create this master degree for you because it was not there. It was a very new, major. And the thing is that I was trying not to come to Japan again because I didn't want to give any chance to myself to become far away from my family again. I miss them so much, and I wanted to be with them. Because of Iran's situation, so many people decided to leave Iran, become immigrants, or so many people got these scholarship things. Like there's so many successful Iranian in America, and like around the world, they could have been in Iran, though they chose to. But I never thought of leaving Iran because I like that. I was feeling happy. I was feeling like I'm good. I didn't have any problem. Family was there, and life was good enough for me not to leave. So I was deciding, no, I'm not leaving Iran. I'm not going. And so many friends, colleagues, they were coming to Japan to study, to continue studies for the masters. But I decided not to because they told us that soon we will have this master's degree. But it took 5 years for them to make it for us. But I think I used it well. I did so many activities there, working. I was doing translating. I was teaching English and Persian to Japanese and Japanese to Iranian. I was doing translating jobs with JICA, with Japan's embassy, and this.
While you were around?
Yeah.
Over that 5 years of
Yes.
them formulating the masters.
Yes, before that.
So then you went there and then you got your master's degree?
Yes.
In what?
In Japanese education.
Okay. And then after that, then did you come back to Japan?
I came to Japan.
Oh, wait, what made you decide to come back? Now, how long, wait, now from the time you left, you came back to school, you had one more year, you graduated.
1 year and a half, I graduated.
And waited and did different jobs.
Yeah, I did so many jobs
Over a 5-year
relating
period?
Japanese.
5-year period?
More than that, because I started as soon as I reached Iran. I mean, when I was studying at the university to graduate my bachelor's, I started working, teaching.
Right. So then you finished all that. Then they started the master's, and that was for 1 year.
No, master's is like 2 years.
You had to do 2 more years.
Yeah.
So that put you at around 29 years old then.
30-year-old, yeah.
You became 30, yeah, by the time you got your master's.
Yes.
Okay, so you're 30 years old, you get your master's, and then you thought, okay, now I've spent enough time here, I'm going to go back to Japan?
It happened again. I mean, everything happens for good. Some, important thing which happened in my life, I mean, it happened just like that. Of course, I'm a high achiever. I think I try my best, but I try to help others. So I think whenever I'm in need, either I recognize it or not, what has to happen to me happens. Someone becomes a key for that. So in that time, one of my professors, she came to me. It was again, I mean, we had this revolution activities there. And I was always like a part of that. I was supporting it. So there were some problems in the university again. And my Japanese professor, she called me and she said, I think it's a pity if you stay here. You are getting your degree soon. And if you stay here, I cannot see a good future for you. Why don't you go to Japan and get your PhD? Again, I thought, I have to get separated from the family. I have to leave them again. But okay, I go, I finish it, and I come back.
Is that what you did? Did you actually get your PhD?
Yeah.
You came, so which university? Tsukuba again?
No.
Where'd you go?
First, I started with Tokyo Foreign Language University because we have to be there as a research student for 1 year. So we had this, again, Japanese classes, research things to, get ready to start. I mean, which university you're going to go to choose your professor. And 1 year there, I was trying to make it there, but actually something didn't go well with the professor. And so I tried for Hitotsubashi University, which I had some friends there. While I was in Tokyo University, I was taking some courses there as well to get familiar with the professor and see if I can do that or not. And thanks God I could. After 1 year, I entered Hitotsubashi University, and this time the major is Japanese social linguistics. It took me 6 years to get my PhD. Yeah, but
why? Because what were you doing that was taking us so long?
Studying engineering and all these things, they go to laboratory and everything finishes on time in 3 years. But for us, you need only books and it takes you time. I was doing some part-time jobs as well because I don't know why, but everyone in a kind of same major, they told me it will take you more than that. So try to have some savings. After you're done with the scholarship, you might need that. And to be honest, I like to work. As I told you, I wanted to earn money myself. So that was one of the reasons. Again, I was teaching Japanese, English, and Persian, whatever I knew. and doing again some translating jobs and yeah, these kind of things. I was I was one of the foreign students teaching in Japanese schools, and we were used to like talk about our country's culture and like all these things to Japanese kids, which I really love that. Yeah, it took me long, and like the period of the scholarship was over. And okay, for 1 year I could survive, but I had to get out of the dormitory. And then when, you know, scholarship is over, you have to even pay for the tuition fee. Till then, you don't need to, because all is covered. But getting out of the dormitory, paying the tuition fee, and I was thinking, oh my God, what should I do? I wish I had like studied more. I had worked on my thesis more, and I could do it like in 5 years. But again, I could. You know, it was not something I cannot, because I thought I'm special and I can. So, of course, I reduced like the working time to have more time to focus on my thesis. But I was like paying for the rent as well. When I got graduated, I was like zero, but I could do it. But like, you know, it was December and I was thinking, okay, what I'm gonna do? I was in a relationship with a guy and I was thinking, are we going to get married? But no, you know, and I was so tired. After 6 years, I wanted to like have rest a little bit. And I was thinking, should I go back home? No, this is not what I wanted. Of course, I wanted to go back home, but I have him here, so I don't want to lose him, you know? One night, I was sitting at home. I received a call from a friend. I had a Japanese friend in Iran. He married an Iranian with an Iranian, and they came to Japan, and we were friends. Like, he started his own company. It was like engineering company. They were doing analytics and all these things. And always he was telling me that, why don't you join us? And I told him, okay, let me think about that. So trading with Iran, what can I do for you? So, okay, you know Iran much way better than us. You know the language, and you can help us with that. And I thought, okay, soon I'll be graduated. I don't have any job. I have no saving. Either I get married, either I go back, or I start job hunting.
How long did you work with him?
I started in 2018 till I joined Tokyo American Club in 2000.
Oh, so you've been here all that time?
Yes.
You mean you haven't gone back home during that time at
No.
all?
No.
Since you came over here to get your PhD?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean, not at all. I was going back every year to visit the family, but I never like went back to live there. 2001, I came to Japan. I left after 1 year.
Okay, wait, 1 year.
Second time was 2005. I came to Kobe.
And you stayed here?
No, it was 1 month.
Okay.
And some programs in Kobe University, because we were doing some earthquake translating jobs, and we need to do that. After that, I came to Japan 2007.
And that's the one you stayed?
No.
Okay, all right.
It was 2 months. There was some like teaching programs for Japanese teachers. And then it's 2011.
That's the one that you stayed.
Yes.
So 2011 till now, so it's been
13
years you've been here.
Yeah.
And what kind of, are you on a business visa? Well, I've been attacked now you're on a business visa. So you worked with him for how many years?
5 years.
5 years, helping him with trade. What kind of trade did he do? Is it okay to talk about that? Or?
Of course. We didn't do any trading jobs. We started. He wanted to start trade. We went to Iran. We made a company, branch company, and we did like every preparation we had to. But suddenly Trump came
And that stopped it all?
Pardon me?
That stopped everything?
Yeah.
Well, why? What kind of trade? What kind
Sanctions happened.
But what kind of? Oh, that's right, with Iran. But what kind of trade was he trying to set up?
Anything.
Oh, anything. Okay, just
Anything, like
between
oil,
Japan.
anything.
And because of Trump, Japan couldn't trade with Iran.
Yes, there were
Because
so
Japan's-
many restrictions. Sanction was there. We had so many restrictions, but we didn't stop and we changed it. Okay, why shouldn't we change to Middle East? Like Saudi Arabia.
Just send it to Saudi Arabia, then bring it here. Right?
Yeah.
Were you able to do that?
Dubai is in
Right.
United.
Were you able to do it?
No, we did so many things on that, but it was not successful.
Okay.
Because, it was new. We were like new company starting that, and people don't easily,
right.
rely on.
It's all based
New
on trust.
companies.
They want to do it on trust.
Exactly.
So what made you decide to come to the American Club? Let's get to where we are now.
Yeah. So we changed to a tourism company there.
Okay.
We couldn't go like with this trading things. We shifted to tourism, and we could do like good tours with Iran, and we were working with Oman and like these kind of Gulf countries as well. But Corona happened, and tourism companies stopped working.
Completely, yes.
And I was not feeling well because the company was closed and I could not do anything. So again, this thing that I was getting my income, but what for? I was thinking, I'm not working. Do I deserve this for nothing? And then I talked to him and I said, I love this company. I want to be here. You are my friend. But the thing is that I'm not feeling useful, effective. Am I really needed? He said, of course, after everything gets well, we'll start. He's a very, positive person. But I was not feeling happy. So I started searching jobs.
That's how you found the American Club?
Yes.
All right. How long have you been here now?
1 year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, I started.
You're loving it. And you work in banqueting, right?
Yes, I'm an event planner and like sales.
Before I end, Fatemeh, I always like to ask the question before I end the podcast.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time, knowing what you know right now, and meet the younger Fatemeh and give her advice, how old would she be and what advice would you give her?
31, 32-year-old Fatemeh, and tell her, don't put much effort and time on the relationships which you think doesn't work.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Fatemeh.
My pleasure. Thanks to you.
I want to thank all of you for watching or listening to this podcast. And never forget, it's all on loan, so continue to reach for the stars.
Because you are too blessed to be stressed.